This is just a quick explanation of how to do this reciprocal of a function. So we've got f of x equals x plus 1. That's just a linear function. Goes through y-intercept of 1, gradient of 1, so it's going to go through here. So we draw that nice and easy. And there we go. So that's f of x. So we want to see what happens. I'm going to do this in blue. What happens when you have 1 over f of x? So the first thing is, if I have a 0, if the function value, the y value, is 0, then 1 over 0 is going to be undefined. So that is going to be a vertical asymptote here. Because it's 1 over x plus 1. I can't have x equals minus 1. That's not allowed. So that's my asymptote, x equals negative 1. Now, there are certain points which don't change. Now, can you see that if my function value is 1, 1 over 1 is still 1. So that value is still going to cross there. Over here, down here should be the function value is minus 1. 1 over minus 1 is still minus 1. So those functions don't change. Now, here, very close to the asymptote, I'll put it in green, as my point gets closer and closer and closer, I'm on the positive side of the x-axis, so the sign is positive, but it's getting really, really, really close to 0. Now, I can't ever get to 0 for 1 over f of x, but it's getting really, really close. But the closer that the function gets to 0, the larger and larger 1 over f of x will get, because 1 over, say, 0.00001 is 1,000. 1 over 0.000001 is 1,000,000, and so all that kind of thing. So it's going to get bigger and bigger. So this is what happens. As we get closer to 0, the 1 over, the reciprocal function, gets larger, but just approaches that asymptote. Now, if I look down this end of the function, as f of x over here gets bigger and bigger, 1 over a very large amount gets smaller and smaller. So this means that this is going to simply get closer and closer and closer to 0. Never getting there. That's my asymptote. Now, on the other side of the asymptotes, let's look here, tracing in on the black line, as it's on the negative side now, so whatever result is for the reciprocal is going to be negative. As I get very close to 0, again, it's 1 over a very small amount is a very big quantity, but it's in a negative direction. So it's going to go through minus 1, but it's going to approach this asymptote heading down very quickly towards negative infinity. And then we are going to, as my function over here goes towards negative infinity, a very large quantity in a negative direction, my reciprocal 1 over a very large amount, but it's still on the negative side, but it's going to get very close to 0, which is the asymptote here. So it's going to look like that. And so that's 1 over f of x. So you're kind of looking at the different parts and seeing what they're doing, identifying any asymptotes, bits and pieces. All right, I'll do another one.